Douglas Diggets, Monster Hunters, actually no. Robofiends, how we doing today? Now, it's your mans. So, first off, let me say this. I love this game. Okay? Second. First off, I apologize for the lack of uploads. Then again, I haven't been uploading anything. Nothing really for Monster Hunter, nothing for Daemon X Machina. That last video I uploaded for Monster Hunter wasn't a video that I even made myself. It was a video that was supposed to be dropped a week before it even came out, so right along the same time where I actually stopped making videos. However, for Daemon X Machina, I stopped playing it a little earlier than that of Monster Hunter, and the reason being was the fact that even though the PvP is fairly nice, very reminiscent to, I want to say maybe Armored Core 4 Answer, not quite Verdict Day or Armored Core 5. I want it to be like that. I know a lot of people look at this game and they like it for its speed and it's faster than that of Armored Core 5, and it is faster Armored Core 5, closer to that of maybe 4 Answer and whatnot. It's easier to make bigger builds that move faster than what you could actually do in Armored Core 5, but the thing that really made me stick to Armored Core 5 was the fact that it was a bit more dynamic in the level and everything, and on top of the actual builds and everything, which we will get into as well. But I really haven't been playing the game, and I just flat out stopped. What stopped me was I needed to figure out what to do. You know, there was so much for me to do in Armored Core 5, and I should really stop comparing this game to Armored Core 5, but I mean, hey, I apologize. It is what it is. I'm going to do it for the remainder of this video, so please bear with me. But in Armored Core 5, there was so much variation to what you could and couldn't do. So, well, could do rather, not so much couldn't. There was a whole lot of could, not a whole lot of couldn't. In this game, the direct comparison is to Armored Core 5, partly due to the fact that some of the people who made this game were making Armored Core games, and let alone, not necessarily Armored Core 5 games, but I mean, since then, Armored Core 5 has been the Armored Core game, and this is not necessarily a direct comparison to it, closer again to that of like the 4th generation, but there's just a lot of stuff missing. You know, the one thing I really enjoyed about 5, for all the shortcomings, was the fact that there was lots of variety in terms of builds. There was so many different viable builds, where in which in this game, not the case. Honestly, if you don't believe me, go to the leaderboards right now, look at number 1, and scroll down and maybe a good 20-30 paces. Slim differences between what their builds actually truly and earnestly consist of. Now, I understand the same thing could be had in essentially any game ever, with any sort of meta, but there's not a whole lot of, it's not necessarily a team-based game either, so a lot of builds I used to do back in the day would be like, okay, like I would make a support sniper build, where in which you would pick off guys from a distance, throw out support things for the rest of the teammates, so on and so forth, so that way you can give them covering fire, give them arm support, even draw enemy fire because you're weighty enough to actually deal with the situation brought upon you by your own given aggro, things like that. You can't necessarily do that in this game because that's not a function. Granted, there is 2v2 and there's 1v1s, so the fact there isn't necessarily a full true blue team mechanic, it kind of lessens the builds that I can do. And I want you guys to really understand that I make builds, okay? I'm an engineer. I'm not a very good pilot. I'm getting smacked right now in this gameplay, as you can see. This is me and a friend. We were playing. He hasn't played the game in a little while either. He actually didn't really think about doing the PvP because he kind of felt like a game like this would be very, very bad on the Nintendo Switch with Nintendo servers and whatnot. But this was proof to him that, you know, it's really not that bad. It's actually quite viable. Things were slightly jittery, slightly laggy, but overall he was impressed with it. But nevertheless, I'm not a very good pilot. I never was. I was always good at actually making builds, thinking outside of the box, actually looking at what I can optimize in a certain AC and kind of go from there. I've actually was recruited by a couple of different teams back in the heyday, and all they wanted me to really do is build for them and optimize their current builds, and I took joy in that. And I would still make builds to this day. I really will still make builds for you guys, but the question is, since the PvP is literally duels only, and it's literally dual melee with, I don't know, whatever the heck whatever else you want, usually submachine guns or maybe a sniper rifle here, and devotion. What is there to do? Honestly, this is a genuine plea. That's a genuine question to you guys. I've had a long history of making a wide variety of builds that all have their own place within the meta. A meta. Any particular meta. The meta of being teams or the meta of being solos. But in this game, there's only solo. And there's only one solo meta. And if I were to make that build, maybe even 2 builds to that, what is there left to do? Is my question. So as someone like myself, an engineer, someone who really and earnestly just makes builds for the sake of seeing what I can actually accomplish, what can I do for you? I want to know what I can do for you. Me do for you, the viewers, okay? It doesn't necessarily just have to be builds. I'm at a loss here. I don't genuinely know what to do. Like, I want to do a lot with this game. I really do like this game. I want to do a whole lot with this game, but I need a bit of guidance. Like, what would you have me do? What would you guys like to see? Because I will probably tear this game down and break it down and kind of help you guys understand some of the numbers or whatever. But because I'm so far removed from games like this, since it's been a very long time, I'm kind of curious. What would you want to see me accomplish, or just us accomplish, us as a group? Because I don't like to think that I do things for myself. I like to think I do things as a conglomerate. A lot of the things I do in the Armored Core videos before was because me and my team wanted to try a thing, and I made a video about it, and then boom, here we are. And for Monster Hunter, me and like literally the whole community needs to understand like how to do a certain thing, so I kind of break it down for them the best way I can. So for this game, I can do a plethora of things. We can do what I once thought to just be something fun. Host lobbies where we just go in and have fun, crack a bunch of jokes, laugh, roast each other, and then just have these kind of sessions that we would have, and then maybe just upload that just for kicks and giggles. We couldn't do a segment or something like that. I would actually live stream this so that way people who want to come and get in some of this action totally can. And to do you guys an even greater solid, I'll probably live stream it to YouTube, because I figured you guys would care more to watch it on YouTube than you would maybe Twitch or something like that. But earnestly, in all earnest, I'm not sure what to do with Daemon X Machina. I really am not sure what to do. There was so much more to do in Armored Core 5 before I had to sit back and ask myself, okay, what the hell do I do? But in this game, I made a general purpose build, I made a melee focus build, I made a speed build, and then I made a heavy high mobility build, and then I made a PvP centered build. In this game, since that's all there is to it now, there's not much left to do. But I don't know. If you guys have any kind of crazy ideas on like builds you want me to do, we can do builds. If you have any ideas on like what other type of video types you want me to do, we can do those. Because I really want to be in this I can't talk. I want to be in this community heavy, I don't want to like give up on you guys, because I have been screaming at the top of my lungs to get a game like this, and now that the game is here, all I can really see myself do is just play it. Now, granted, I said way before in the very beginning, I don't really play it that often, and that's due in part to I had a whole lot of weird obligations. But now that I'm actually playing games again, because I wasn't playing any games, guys, I was playing no games, none whatsoever. But now that I'm actually back playing games and whatnot again, I jump in, get on the PvP, and I'm just like, I forgot the PvP kind of is buns, because the very first match I got into, I shot the guy like 3 times, boom, devotion bubble, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I lost that match, didn't really care, but then I was like, man, it's just so boring. So I don't know, maybe in the future they'll do something. I mean, they just kind of just threw the PvP in there as is. Maybe we can catch a update later on where they can add a bunch more game modes, but as it stands right now, I don't know what else to do in terms of like builds for PvP. But if you guys have any ideas for builds for PvP, let me know. We'll run those joints. Also, if you have any other ideas whatsoever, there's not a bad idea. I'm taking all ideas from anyone. If you have any idea, like, it could just be like, if you think it's crazy, no, Dak won't like it, just tell me anyway, because odds are those are the kind of ideas that spark real creativity and get people really excited about things. So I just really want you guys to understand that I'm totally down to listen to anything you guys have to say, all criticisms, all help, all anything, because I want to make these things not just for myself but for you guys. I want to actually grow this community. This game is a very, very, very niche game. It's a very, very, very niche community, and it's on a relatively niche console in and of itself, and I don't want it to all die. And I want to help this community grow by allowing people to come in, find fun, find an easy way to just get in and play, because this game is not very easy to just jump in. So I want to make these builds so that way people who are like, okay, what I do from here, how do I do this, I can have that to teach them. And then when they see that we're having fun, I want them to be like, yo, I can kind of kick with these guys. I don't want to do it for myself, I want to do it for the community. I want to grow this community. I want to do my part as a content creator, as someone with experience in making these like build videos and things like that or whatever. But I can't do it all for myself, due in part that truth be told, I hate it, but my vision is very short-sighted. The true progenitor to this is how I was actually making one type of video, the Monster Hunter videos. I was making one type of video for about 3 or 4 years. So 4 years. For 4 years, I was making the one singular type of video, and since then, my vision is narrowed, and I've actually lent my likeness, I guess you could say, to someone else to edit videos for me, so that way we can get a whole fresh new batch of ideas, because the ideas I give off aren't relatively new, they're pretty stale and old. So I got someone else to make the videos for me, hence that very last video that I made before. Even if you're not a Monster Hunter fan, that very last video I made was a Monster Hunter video, and that video was in lieu and in vain and with his own creativity in mind. All I did was just speak on it. He put that whole video together. So I'm asking you guys that's actually in the community, in the trenches, you know what I mean, seeing what's out there. If you have anything that you want me to address, anything you kind of want me to build, anything you just want to see me do at all, feel free to ask. I will not bite. I will answer to every single individual comment in this video, and we can get things hashed out. If you guys want to actually join my Discord server, I can arrange that as well. You can join in on the Discord server, and we get to talking in there, and just get it all mixed in the pot and whatnot. But with that being said, everyone, I really wanted to make this video for a couple of days now. I just didn't really know when or how to actually go about it, but I just like, you know, whatever. Just sit down, jump on the microphone, and go at it. And it is what it is. But truthfully and earnestly, guys, I want to be that guy for you, but I'm gonna need some help. Help me help you, but mostly help me to just help the community, because I don't know what to do. Writer's block, I guess you could say. But with that being said, everyone, it's been your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself, Robofiends. Thank you so much for hanging with your boy. I'll see y'all soon. Take care.